Imagine a place where the silence is so deep that a single leaf falling to the ground sounds like a gunshot. A place where the air feels thick, heavy with secrets, and an old curse is just waiting in the shadows. Well, today we're stepping into that story, the story of the Cursed Mansion. That night was not like any other. It was a curse. So right off the bat, we get this line, and it tells you everything you need to know. This isn't just about a spooky night. The chilling fog, the oppressive quiet, it's not just bad weather. It's a symptom of something much, much worse. All right, so let's set the scene. Our story takes place in this one tiny village called Sunderpur. It's totally cut off, like time just forgot it existed. And here, one single curse holds everyone captive. Fear is basically a way of life. And this is where we meet our main characters, two friends named Vikram and Sumit. And you can see right away they could not be more different. Vikram, he's from the city. He gets here and sees no roads, no phone signal. He thinks it's a total dead end. But for Sumit, this is like coming home. It's peaceful, it's his roots, and that feeling, that nostalgia, is exactly what this curse loves to feed on. You know, every cursed town has its ghost story, right? And Sunderpur's revolves around this place, the Singha Haveli. And the legend is chillingly specific. They say on the new moon, the spirit of a dancer named Chandramukhi wakes up. And her weapon? It's music. A beautiful, deadly melody that floats out of the mansion and pulls you in. And the villagers will tell you it's real. They talk about a guy who heard the music and survived, only to go completely mad, now locked away, playing an invisible sitar for the rest of his life. So the fear here is real. The rickshaw driver who brings them to the village, he won't go all the way. He literally dumps them on the side of the road with this one last piece of advice. If you hear a sweet song, don't stop, don't look back. That's not a friendly tip. It's a rule for survival. And then he just peels out, leaving them completely alone in the dark. Okay, so the stage is set. The warnings have been given and pretty much ignored. And now the curse starts to stir. It all begins with just a faint whisper of music. They make it to their old, crumbling family home, where the caretaker, a terrified old man named Kaka, runs out to meet them. But he's not there to welcome them. He's frantic. He points to this one specific door, chained and bolted shut, and he tells them it's not a room anymore. It's become a pathway. A pathway to what? He's too scared to even say. And it doesn't take long for them to understand his terror. As they're standing there, this faint sound cuts through the silence. It's coming from that locked room. It sounds like fingernails, just slowly dragging across the wood from the other side. So you have to ask, right? What in the world is on the other side of that door? Is it just the house settling, an animal, or is Kaka right? Is something or someone trying to get out? Later that night, the real terror kicks in. Vikram's asleep, but Sumit is wide awake. And that's when he hears it. A melody, so faint, carried on the wind. But it's more than just a song. It's a summons. A voice whispers right into his head, a personal invitation. My tune is incomplete. Come, complete it. The curse hasn't just woken up, it's chosen its next victim. And this possession, it's a complete physical takeover. Sumit tries to fight it, he tries to scream for help, but his body won't respond. He's totally paralyzed. He can only watch in absolute horror as his own arms and legs start to move, his eyes glaze over into this milky white, and his body, now just a puppet, is pulled silently towards that forbidden door. And this is where everything just kicks into high gear. Sumit has been taken, that locked door is now wide open, and Vikram is about to walk right into the heart of the mansion's final, terrifying secret. So Vikram wakes up, and it's that classic horror movie moment, right? The air is freezing, Sumit's bed is empty, and that door, the one that was triple locked, is now hanging wide open. He looks outside, and through the fog, he sees a single figure, just walking like a zombie, straight towards that dreaded Singha Haveli. It's Sumit. Vikram chases after him, breaks into the Haveli, and is met not with a monster, but with a voice, just a voice echoing in the darkness. It's the spirit, Chandramukhi. And she explains the whole cruel logic of her curse with this one line. I don't play myself. I play with the hands of others. You see, her hands were cut off when she was murdered, so now she needs to borrow new ones to finish her song. But here's the truly twisted part. What happens to the musicians when she's done with them? Vikram looks around the massive hall and he realizes it's filled with people, an audience. But they aren't ghosts. They're dozens and dozens of stone statues, each one's face frozen in a look of pure terror. They're the past victims turned into a permanent audience, and Sumit is seconds away from joining them. So Vikram is basically trapped, watching his friend float towards this enchanted sitar, the source of all the music. He has maybe seconds to act. And then he sees it, his one and only chance. A giant, heavy iron chandelier hanging by a single, rotting rope, right over the instrument. He grabs the nearest heavy object, a brass statue, and he knows what he has to do. He doesn't hesitate. He hurls the statue with everything he's got. It hits the rope dead on. The rope snaps, and that whole massive chandelier comes crashing down, smashing the sitar into a million pieces. The beautiful music instantly cuts out and is replaced by this awful, deafening shriek as the spirit's power just shatters. And with that one final scream, it's over. The nightmare that has plagued this village for a century is finally done. Which brings us to the morning after, the morning of silence. As the spirit's power vanishes, the mansion itself just gives up. The walls start to crumble, the ceiling caves in. Vikram grabs Sumit, who's still unconscious, and they barely make it out alive as the entire building collapses into a pile of dust behind them. They didn't just save themselves. They broke the curse for the entire village. And the story leaves us with this final, haunting thought. Was the spirit just pure evil? Or was she something else? The ghost of a murdered artist so desperate to finish her masterpiece that she'd do anything to make it happen? It makes you wonder. Maybe some tunes don't exist just to scare you. Maybe some just really, really want to be completed.